On KINA.
Back at the gym here at southeast of Saline High School. Let's go over starting lineups for the Heston Lady Swathers under the direction of Matt Richardson. Harley Ferrelez, a 5'7 junior, is in the starting lineup, along with Karain Roeder. Yoder, a 5'5 junior, 6 points, 2 rebounds, 2.4 steals per game. Also a assist and a half per game. She's the leader on this team in points, steals, and assists. Alex Martin, 4.5 rebounds per game, also a steal, and 4 points per game, a returning starter. Anna Humphreys, a 5'8 sophomore, 5 points, 3 rebounds a game, also gets a steal and a half. And Katie Keeker, a 6-foot junior, 3 points, 3.5 rebounds per game for the Lady Swathers. For southeast of Saline's Lady Trojans, Elena Yanakopoulos is in the starting lineup. Elena back for her junior year. She averaged 5 points a game, 2.5 rebounds the last season as a sophomore. Really had a strong finish to her sophomore campaign. Carson Slazner is this team's leading scorer, rebounder, assist getter, and stealer. She is back for her junior campaign. Carson Slazner and Elena Yanakopoulos both wearing new jersey numbers this year as juniors. Other 3 starters, Mallory Pearson along with Reagan Getz and Avery Castleman. All of them played considerable time last season. Reagan Getz appeared in 4 varsity games as a freshman. Mallory Pearson and Avery Castleman were staples in Coach Shauna Smith's lineup. And Tyler, time now for our new Image Audio keys to the game tonight. It's game number 1, and I know Coach Smith and her coaching staff not really concerned a whole lot about Heston right now. It's all about the Lady Trojans tonight.
Yeah, it is without a doubt. They want to see what kind of, what you're going to get from these girls. Obviously, that step from being a sophomore to a junior is probably the biggest step in high school. And you have 3 girls, Mallory Pearson, Elena Yanakopoulos, and Carson Slazner, who are making that step. They've been a part of this program now for 2 or 3 years, for 2 years at the varsity level. And I think she's really excited to see what they can contribute.
Here's a drive on the right-hand side by the Swathers. We're scoreless. Again, we did not start with a jump ball. We started with a side inbounds for the Swathers. Southeast of Saline comes out. They're in a man-to-man wearing their home white jerseys trimmed in purple. Here's a nice back cut on the left side by the Heston, and up and in is Ferrelez with that 2-pointer. Here's Pearson now on the other end as Heston is taking an early 2-0 lead. Slazner back up top now between the circles. Right-handed dribble. She'll whip it back left-hand side. Now back around to the right-hand side. Reagan Getz and Avery Castleman up top lost the basketball. Now a little touch foul called near the center court stripe on Carson Slazner in transition. First foul of the game will go against southeast of Saline. Inbounds here to Corinne Yoder. Yoder, as I said, the leading returning scorer. Also theft getter and miscellaneous. Speaking of a theft, here's Elena Yanakopoulos down the floor, and she will lose the basketball.
And right there, the defense that Yanakopoulos and Pearson showed is what Coach Smith wants. She wants nasty, dirty defense from these girls, and that's what they're going to give them.
Quick inbounds on the right-hand side of the basket. Nice move to the rim by Mallory Pearson. Can't get it to go. It's a little short. And here come the Swathers with it back in transition. Anna Humphreys has it. She'll make her way to the free throw line. Now dump it out to Ferrelez. Ferrelez lost the basketball. Avery Castleman bumps her down. And the ball out of bounds will go back to southeast of Saline. Lots of contact there in the corner, and southeast of Saline got away with it.
Devin, I think we see right now, we're only a minute and 15 seconds in, but we're tired.
Yeah.
Everybody is. I mean, It's just getting that air back in your lungs, and there you go.
Carson Slazner down lane line right-hand side. A little finger roll to the glass, and Slazner got the bucket. She was also fouled, and she will go to the free throw line for attempt at a 3-point play. Foul on Heston will go against Harley Ferrelez, her first team foul for the Swathers. Free throw by Slazner is up and good. Boy, it's always great when you get that first free throw to go in the season, isn't it? I mean, you're already 100%. You don't have to fight your way out of a hole. Here's Heston now in transition after the made free throw. And Harley Ferrelez all the way to the basket. That's her second of the night. Actually, that's Corinne Yoder. Pearson now has it for Southeast. This is a high-tempo game early on.
Yeah, I have a feeling with both teams there's only one true post out there, so it's good. We're going to run up and
no post players. Really nobody above 5'7" right now on this floor. Here's a rim out job by southeast of Saline. With the rebound will come Heston. Transition 3 on the kick out. They got it. Anna Humphreys rings the bell on the left-hand side. It's a 7-3 Heston lead. Southeast already back down running offense. Here's Pearson with a drive again, coming from the right-hand side of the floor. Gets into the lane, leaves it a little bit long. Some contact on the shot. Again, we go back the other way. This officiating crew letting these girls play. It's a 6-foot world, Tyler, but contact is being allowed tonight.
It is, without a doubt. There's definitely no social distancing going on inside of the lane when you get there.
There's a drive now underneath, nearly stolen away by Castleman. Humphreys will take it away from her and drop the 2. Jana Humphreys with back-to-back buckets. She has a quick 5 and a 6-point Swather lead. Slazener now back down the floor. She'll leave it off left-hand wing to Castleman. Avery with a quick crossover. Now she's stuck. Here comes Slazener now to help out. Her dribble poked away. Pearson dealing with it near the timeline, and Shauna Smith up off the bench calling a timeout to save that possession. A 30-second timeout. We will keep it right here. 5:08 left to go, and a chance for us to catch our breath. As you said, you made a great point. This is a team in southeast of Saline this year that we're going to see every night out that they're on the floor. Heston, a lot like the Lady Trojans, though. There's not any post players. There's no 6-footers, 6'1", 6'2", big girls out there that are slowing down the tempo. We have 10 guards just flying around.
They're going around, and you'll see Katie Keeker, 6 foot. She's the tallest player out here. But I'll tell you the thing that Heston's done year in and year out, and I know we've alluded to this in your pregame. They're the type of program that Southeast wants to be. All right, they don't rebuild. They definitely reload year in and year out. They've done a fantastic job, and you see that. It doesn't matter, they lost big players last year, but they're going to be in contention every single year for a league title, and they're going to be in contention for a state title every single year, and that's what, Coach Smith wants to do with her Trojans.
New player into the game for southeast of Saline is Maddie Harris. She gets the basketball. She shoots and scores. Introduction to varsity basketball. Maddie Harris, she shook off a defender, pulled up on the right wing, and dropped a 16-footer. Now a reckless drive to the lane will draw free throws for a Heston player. That's Corinne Yoder. She's going to earn 2 at the line.
Well, Devin, I'll tell you one thing. This freshman class is exciting, and I don't think there's a more exciting one than number 31 in Maddie Harris. I think any other year she has to start for this team. Luckily, there's enough depth right now that she can come in off the bench and provide that spark that she just did.
Also think it's worth mentioning no seniors on this southeast of Saline team. This is a young group.
It is, and you've got to be excited about that.
First free throw up and good. That basket by Harris for southeast of Saline was much needed.
And back to the no seniors thing, it's not like there's no leadership. There's plenty of veterans out there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of minutes. It's just none of them are senior minutes.
Absolutely. Also into the game for southeast of Saline is Ashlyn Johnson, a junior. So Ashlyn will take up some area in that lane. And our apologies to Katie Keeker, by the way. She is listed as 6 foot, the junior for Heston. She has been out there since the start.
And I think Ashlyn Johnson is there to neutralize her. You got to neutralize that size of Keeker, and we'll see how Johnson performs.
Probably need to check with the 2 scales that these teams are using, because Keeker's listed as 6 foot, Ashlyn Johnson listed at 5'9". I really don't see much difference in the 2. They look the same height to me.
Definitely, I would agree with her. And now we have plenty of people watching that can visualize that exact same thing.
Mallory Pearson with the foul on the defensive end. That's her first. 3rd team foul for southeast of Saline. Pearson will go to the bench and take a break here. It's Harris, Johnson, Yanakopoulos, Castleman, and Slazener on the floor right now for southeast of Saline. 4:31 left to go here. First quarter, 11-6 is our score. Heston with a 5-point lead. It's been their biggest lead of the game thus far. Good ball movement here by the Lady Swathers. They'll unleash another 3. That one by Yoder is no good, and the ball nearly went out of bounds, but Southeast saves it. In transition, here come the Lady Trojans. Castleman on the right wing in transition. Got it to go. A 3-pointer for Avery Castleman. She gets her first bucket of the new season, and the Lady Trojans back within 2. Heston, though, quickly the other way. Keeker down low, having to deal with Johnson. Steps her off and scores. Keeker, her first basket of the night. Halfway through this first quarter, back to a 4-point Swather lead. Slazener up top. Heston in a man-to-man defense. Carson's going to put her foot on the accelerator, get to the rim, take a lot of contact from Katie Keeker, and she will go to the free throw line for 2.
And Devin, it's plays like that. The Carson Slazener is a sophomore, and watching her develop now as a junior, we know that she garners a lot of attention. There's going to be a lot of contact. And just as she physically matures, that's going to be a play that there's going to be more free throw attempts, and she's going to connect on more of those for and one opportunities.
Slazener got the first free throw to go. It was a shooting foul, so she will get another one either way. A couple of substitutions here for Heston. Back into the game, Fairless in for the Swathers. Also, her first appearance will be Sydney Kaiser, the 5'7" sophomore. Second free throw by Slazner, also good. Half-court trap look here by Southeast of Saline. With the basketball, the Swathers. And a near turnover, ball on the floor. Yanakopoulos goes down after it. And now she's tied up by 2 Heston Swathers. So Yanakopoulos gets a good possession there for Southeast of Saline as the arrow is in favor here of the Lady Trojans. 13-11, Southeast of Saline trails by 2. These young Lady Trojans working now on offense. Castleman up top of the circle. She'll go right wing to Slazner. Quick trigger for 3. That'll be an air ball, no good. Now around the baseline in a battle for the basketball. We'll have it go out of bounds and back over to the Heston Swathers. 3:18 left to go first quarter. 13-11, Heston with a 2-point lead. Back to the game. Reagan Getz. She will replace Ashlyn Johnson. 1-3-1, half-court trap. Yanakopoulos, the point of this trap, forces the Heston ball handler over here to the near side. That's Anna Humphreys. Heston still near the timeline. Now they get it down low. A nice little pass across the paint. The shot goes up. That's an air ball from Bunny territory. And now a foul will be called here against Southeast of Saline. That's their 4th team foul. For Southeast of Saline, Eleni Yanakopoulos will get this one. 13-11. 3 minutes left to go. Heston shooting free throws. First free throw is up, and it is good. Sydney Kaiser gets in the scoring column. She is the 5th Swather to score for Heston in this game. Maddie Harris back into the game. She'll join Pearson, Castleman, Slazner, Reagan Getz. Second free throw also good. For an early season game, free throws are on point for both of these teams, yet to miss.
They're looking really good. We commented earlier about how tired people looked, but all of a sudden they're making all the free throws, so maybe I was completely wrong there.
Slazner drove to the lane, had the ball nearly stripped. She held on to it, but had to bring it back around from behind her hip, and she goes up and cannot get that one to go. Again, a lot of contact. They're in the paint. 15-11, Heston with the basketball and the 4-point lead. 2 to go opening period. To the right-hand side now, Heston will bring it back to the free throw line. Jumper from Sydney Kaiser is no good. Here comes Slazner with the basketball. She falls across the timeline, literally. Now plays it off to Pearson. Mallory gets into the paint. Kick out for Castleman. She didn't like the 3. Now she'll go to Harris on the skip. Maddie Harris into the paint. Has her shot blocked. Again, lots of contact. Back the other way on a 4-on-3 comes Heston. All the way to the paint. Now a little nickel and dimer called in transition as Corinne Yoder had the basketball.
And Devin, I think right there, Maddie Harris with a great drive to the baseline just kind of showed, that she's a freshman. Right there, you got to body up, you got to take the foul, and you got to go up. She kind of put it up softly. She got fouled. No foul was called, but that's not going to happen at the high school level.
I like that she's a freshman and was able to drive like that, because that's usually the last thing to develop with young girls is the ability to just put your head down and go to the rim.
No, you're exactly right. She's a very exciting player now, and she's going to be very exciting for the years to come.
1:54 left to go here first period as we go under 2 minutes to play. 15-11 is our score. Heston leading Southeast of Saline. Lady Swathers have it underneath their own basket. There's a pass into the free throw line. Now a little floater that goes up and in for Harley Ferez.
Great finish by Ferez.
Second bucket of the night. She has 4. Heston has it now after a empty opportunity for Southeast of Saline on their offensive end. Ferales has it, now left-hand side. Alex Martin, she's been quiet tonight. She was one of Heston's main players last season. She gets it inside, though, to Carly Bartel, and Bartel will score her first basket of the game. Back down the floor comes Southeast. And Avery Castleman fouled at the block. Well, you cannot blink when these two teams are going down the floor in transition.
You can't at all, and that's what Coach Smith knows, that the strength of the Trojans is getting the ball up court, going fast not only offensively, but also defensively. We've seen a couple times in the half court how Heston's had a lot of success. You just got to get the ball and go and make sure when you score, you can get that press defense in.
Castleman's first free throw is up and no good. She has a three-pointer to her credit tonight so far. 1:09 left to go here, first quarter. Reagan Getz will come out. Elena Yanakopoulos back in. It's an 8-point Swather lead. Castleman will try to cut that by 1 here with a free throw, and she does. 4 points early on for Avery Castleman. 19-12. Heston back with the basketball across the timeline with a minute left in the first period. Kira Funk has the ball. She tried a cross-court pass, nearly taken away by Yanakopoulos, but it's going to stay in the custody of Heston here. Lady Swathers wearing their red road jerseys, black numerals, everything trimmed in white. Up top with the ball, little fake by Yoder, and an armbar foul will be called here against Maddie Harris for Southeast.
And again, we're going to talk about this a lot with the freshmen. I mean, that's a foul that's probably not called at the middle school level. Her feet were there, just put the arm out. Can't do that right now.
6th team foul already on Southeast of Saline. That'll put Heston in the bonus for the last 40 seconds of the first quarter and all of the second quarter before halftime. Loose ball on the floor, picked up by Mallory Pearson. There's Pearson back the other way. She's going to get it inside to Getz. Reagan lost it for a second, had it stripped away, now fighting for that possession. And they're going to say Heston had possession. They're going to award him a timeout and the ball. Pretty sure that was a tie-up, but the official on top of the play is going to award Heston with a 30-second timeout and give them the basketball. 25 seconds left to play here opening period, 19-12. Swathers with a lead. This has been a high-scoring game so far.
It has been. That's one thing you can't be happy with if you're Coach Smith right now. I mean, there's no way you can be happy giving up 19 points, potentially more. In the first quarter, since they're running, they're getting open shots, and they're finishing.
7 players have already hit the floor for Southeast of Saline. So far for Heston, 10 players listed on their varsity roster for tonight.
That's a culture. I mean, That's making sure everybody's ready to play, and they're all, 1 through 9 ready to go. That's something that he's created over the last, 16 years?
Yeah, see, now there's confusion on the floor because Southeast went to inbound the ball. They thought they had possession for that timeout. Heston thought they had possession of the timeout. The timeout was credited to Heston. And now the Lady Swathers have the basketball.
The confusing thing is there's no fans here to tell people what the correct call was.
Right. Or, instruct the officials how to do their job is what you mean.
Exactly.
Here's Heston now. Maybe some poetic basketball justice there as that one goes out of bounds, and it's a turnover. Their 4th of the first quarter. 19-12, 12 seconds left here in the first. Southeast a chance to cut into this Heston lead. Yanakopoulos with it up top of the circle. Looking right-hand side for Castleman, and Avery left her. And Yanakopoulos travels with the basketball. She picked it up to pass, and then Avery disappeared. There was nobody there. 6 seconds Southeast to get a stop. Yoder up top, crossing over, gets to the top of the key, makes one extra pass, and the ball up too late. It wouldn't have gone down anyway, and we are at the end of a very eventful opening quarter of play. 19-12 is our score. Heston with a 7-point lead. Second quarter action. When we come back, you're listening to Lady Trojan Basketball right here on KINA.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Shelter Protection Review. When everything changes for you, visit Shelter Agent Kelly Kitchener.
At Commercial Tire Centers, we know you have many places to be and lots of things to see. Your tires are everything, and we are here to serve you. From the smallest lawnmower tire to passenger tires, farm tires, and the largest truck and commercial tires, call Commercial Tire. Oil changes, suspension service, alignment, too many things to mention. The trusted tire experts are at Commercial Tire Center.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
For Southeast of Saline, they're hosting Heston. The boys game later on tonight. Here's Carson Slazner. Jump shot in, and Southeast will be back to defense. Your thoughts on that first quarter?
Well, one thing that Southeast has yet to develop is just that fluid offense. All right, we're used to seeing Carson drive. We're used to seeing Carson drive and kick, and that's something we haven't gone. Give credit to the Heston defense and working.
There's a backside cut by Katie Keeker. The 6-footer gets next to the rim. The guards outside find her, and she's able to lay it up off the window. Back to a 9-point lead here for Heston. 21-12. Here's Pearson with it now up top between the circles. Slazner now will bring it back left. Yanakopoulos, quick fire from 3, and she got it. Eleni Yanakopoulos, her first basket of the new season. She's the 4th Southeast Upsaline player to score. Boy, Southeast needed that one.
Well, and I think one thing that Southeast needs to understand is that Carson Slacer is no longer a secret. I mean, she's one of the top players in the state, especially in 3A. There's going to be a lot of attention on her, so somebody else is just going to have to shoot. And there's quality shooters out there that can make buckets.
We saw that with Yanakopoulos